Recently, I rediscovered my very first keyboard that I had as a child. This is the keyboard I started learning piano with, so it has quite a lot of sentimental value for me. I thought it could be fun to make a beat using only this keyboard, sampling, playing in some melodies, and putting it all together in FL Studio. I've been meaning to make a simple beat I could use as background music anyway, so this seems like a good opportunity to do it. I'll put the beat up for free download alongside with a small sample pack of all the stuff I play with it, so you can get it if you want. This is not a very good quality keyboard. It has 100 presets, which all kinda suck, but the songs are fire though. It's very dusty and also kinda greasy, which is weird, so it's time to clean it up and then plug it in. I recorded some improvisation stuff with various presets, and now I'm listening back and choosing what I like and chopping it up. It can be a little tedious to go over these long clips, but it's a lot of fun to just hit record and play whatever comes to mind. I can fill in the gaps and record more stuff later on if needed. This keyboard did have some limited percussion sounds, so I sampled some of it and started writing a beat. I'm making the snare wider using a simple delay with a very fast time setting and some panning. I'm using Maximus to add some expansion to the kick and also cutting some of the low mids off to make it more pleasant to the ear. 100 to 200 Hz area can sometimes cause problems, especially when you turn your mix up. Since the PSR-125 doesn't have a pitch wheel, vibrato, or any of the sort, I decided to automate the pitch knob in FL to create some variation and warmth to my synth chords. Adding just a small automation curve to the beginning of the clip gives it a nice feel. At this point, I'll also mention that I used Valhalla Supermassive for a lot of the synth sounds in this beat. It is a really cool delay plugin and I use it a lot to make effects. The raw sounds were just too dry and boring on their own and I wanted to give them some dimension. I still tried to keep the sound somewhat recognizable and not go too crazy with the processing. I found this preset called Wood Bass that sounded like it would make a good 808. I compressed and saturated it with Maximus. Saturation can create pleasant distortion harmonics to the sound. I also threw an OTT in there and cut the high end almost completely off with it. Maximus and OTT are both multi-band compressors, but they still sound quite different, and sometimes I like to use both at the same time. Some presets on this keyboard have a sustained option where the sound has a little bit longer release time. I wanted to make some chords with a preset that didn't have this option available though, so I had to do it in FL Studio. I recorded very long takes of all the chords I needed and made a release curve with volume automation. I exported the chords again so I could chop them up. I threw yet another Maximus into the master, compressed and saturated the low end a little bit and added some more expansion. The threshold and ratio settings in Maximus are represented on a coordinate plane, and if you're not familiar with it, refreshing your memory on some math concepts will help you understand it better.